Welcome in, y'all. So let's talk about Turo, this car rental business, and a few things that they don't tell you when you're hosting on this platform. Been doing it for a little over 30 days now. About to actually hit my 30-day mark, or just hit it. And me and my partner, between us, we have over 20 plus vehicles that we're currently on the fleet that we're managing. First off, when you're doing this amount, it's a lot of obviously work because of the scale of the amount of vehicles that are going in and out. Being host in the Vegas marketplace is really hot right now, and I'll talk a little bit about what they don't tell you on how to kind of make money on that as well. But Vegas is popping. If you have an airport, especially like an international airport that is in your city, that's where the majority of our money is coming from. Airport drop-offs and pickups, check-ins, check-outs, especially with that amount of fleet. So we're at the airport a couple times a day at that rate, especially when you have a bigger fleet. Some of you guys are probably just starting off with like one or two cars. I didn't do that. We didn't do that as hosts. We kind of just went all out and decided to just go out there and just kind of scale the business, see and really trust in what it has for us. And we've been doing pretty well, and like I said, it's a popping market with other car rental companies going out of business, like Hertz. Enterprise is kind of like struggling as well, their infrastructure. The thing about Turo is just the convenience for the guest. And this is why when I think about like everything that's going on in the world right now, the rental car biz is not dying or it's not declining. It's just the way that people do business. And a lot of people that are, especially in our area, it's just a lot more convenience to just download an app and be able to get approved and go and just book on the app. Super simple, and you don't have to go through all these things. So here's a couple things they don't tell you about Turo. And first off, we're just going to talk about pretty much the comp plan. Okay, so there's different types of plans for like the vehicle protection. The lowest plan is the 60%, 60-40 plan, where you get paid 60% and Turo gets paid 40%, right? The only reason they do this is because it has to do with the insurance, whether you want to pay deductibles and how much your deductible is. It can go from the 60% plan where it's like a zero deductible. The 75% plan is a 250 deductible, and I personally do the 75% plan. So it's 75 to the guest or to the host, and 25% goes to Turo. So this is the one that we usually do for all the vehicles, and a lot of our vehicles, pretty much all of them, are financed. We don't have any cash cars. We have some vehicles that are paid off, and we're still doing the 75-25 plan. If it's paid off and it's like a lower end vehicle and you don't care too much about it, or whatnot, you could probably do the 90-10 plan if you want. But like I said, this is what Turo uses to obviously pay what they got to do, but also to help cover for the insurance side and the protection of the vehicle. The difference between the 60 and the 75 plan is the deductible. 60 is zero deductible. 75 is a 250 deductible. The 60, Turo actually covers wear and tear. So if you guys have pictures of, for example, like the wear and tear, what goes on, they're able to cover that, and they also cover your vehicle if it's in the shop getting repaired. They do about $30 a day from the 60-75 plan. But once you go to 80 and above, that's where things start to shift a lot, and it's not included in the plan. So if I were starting off with you, I'd probably do the 75-25. It's the best. And for example, 75-25, let's say it's just $100 a day. You're pocketing, you're taking home $75. Turo takes the $25 per day. And you can even make more money on the upsells for the post trips. This is what's interesting, like the post cleaning trips, right? And to be able to, for example, and when I say post cleaning trips, these are like the upsells that kind of get those up. Post clean trips, meaning the guest doesn't have to bring the car back clean, and you are pretty much kind of upselling them with those smaller packages. This is how you can kind of make a good chunk of your money in those upsells. Also, if a guest, just like when you put in full gas, like a full tank, if the guest doesn't have full tank at the end of the trip, if it's not full tank, let's say it's 3/4, you can charge the guest, and they'll have to pretty much pay and make sure the vehicle is back with full tank exactly how they got it. So there's so many ways, and what a lot of people are not talking about, and like I was saying earlier, are the drop-offs, the airport stuff. A majority of our cash is being made in the airport drop-offs, the check-ins and check-outs, because imagine, thousands and thousands of people coming in every day they're gonna have to get a rental car. And right now, with the rise of just apps and convenience for a lot of travelers, a lot of people, Turo has just been hitting the map, and just hoping that they're gonna be able to shift that and the world starts to see it, because I mean, Turo's been out for over a decade now, since 2010. So amazing, right? How quickly this platform grew. Obviously, 10 years is a long time, but just how much it's grown and just stayed steady and grown to become a really, really big company. So a lot of that is a drop-offs, and you can charge a lot for those drop-offs. Like right now, we're charging anywhere from 50 to 70 bucks, and that's a hookup, because to get to the airport, I mean, you guys see Uber and Lyfts, people are, Uber and Lyft is just to be able to get picked up from the airport, to get dropped off to the pickup location of where the vehicle is. At the end of it, people, like I said, they want convenience. They want the car right away. If they're gonna pay for the car, they might as well just add the extra. And when they add it for the drop-offs, for the airport drop-offs, or maybe there's some drop-offs anywhere else, maybe they're hotels, you get a good chunk, a good percentage of that in the upsell, which I like. Like, you can make way more money on that end. And I've noticed that. I don't know the exact percentage off the top, but it's a way higher percentage that Turo gives you for dropping off the vehicle, and you take most of that 50 to 70. You can even charge $100. So these are some things that, as you're thinking about how to increase, right, the money that you want to be able to make on this platform, you got to think about the plans, think about the upsells, like the post cleaning, right, and then also being able to do those drop-offs. Super crucial. This is where you can get your car booked so many times. You're gonna want to get that, especially if you're just starting out as a host. And then another thing is that I want to be able to share with you guys is, don't be attached to the vehicles. There's times where you'll see scratches, you'll see the wear and tear. People are not going to take care of the vehicle as it is, so don't get attached to the vehicle. I'm not attached to any of the cars. I always think worst case scenario when it comes to any of my cars. I mean, we got a fleet of over 20 plus, so we just want to be great hosts, accommodating. We want to connect with people, and also, just make some extra money. So just make sure you're not attached to the car. Don't put any sentimental value. Don't attach anything emotionally, because worst case, there's a lot that can happen, and people, like I said, they're not going to always take care of the car. People like smoke in there, eat in there. We've experienced a lot of that, but not, thank God, there's a lot of these scenarios and stuff, we can just air it out. We're able to really just accommodate. We haven't had anything major. We had one time where a guy's back of the bumper of one of our Lexus, it's an older Lexus, got hit, and we were able to just pop it out. Turo was able to help us pay as well for that, and just getting that service. So there's so many different ways when it comes to it, but at the end of it, you want to make sure you're not attached to the vehicle. Last thing that I want to share with you guys is the ability to, and when I think about just the whole Turo space, the ability to say, you know what, I don't want certain people to rent out the vehicle. Sometimes you don't even, you could say no. Like, you can also make it to the point where you have to confirm every booking before check out the person's profile. Like, you have a right to be able to say no, but the moment you hand over the keys and you check the deal and you submit it, the rest is really up to them. And this is where you just gotta have trust and faith. And I always say, just always think worst case scenario. I'm not saying focus on the negative, focus on the bad things that can happen. I always hope for the best possibility, but I don't have expectations, right? And this is why when you're on this platform and you're literally giving your vehicle to somebody else, it takes a lot of trust. It really allows you to understand how to run even just a business. And especially because you're in the rental car space, you're going to learn a lot. You're going to learn a lot of how to run a business, customer support, messaging. You're going to learn how to really take care of the vehicle and make sure every client, every guest is happy. And sometimes they're going to hit you up in the middle of the trip because things happen, and we've had that so many times where they've hit us up in the middle of the trip. Sometimes we have to do swaps, just unfortunate things that happen, but this is what you learn when you're running a business. I mean, at the end of it, you get paid in direct proportion to the number of problems you can solve in the marketplace, and people just want a great experience, and they'll go out there and they'll literally refer people to you. We've met tons of great business owners, tons of people coming in and out that fly all the time in. We have clients and guests that legit are coming into town every every month, and people are paying for the rentals. When I say people, I mean like the company is paying for these people's rentals because they just need to travel, they need to do business and work out here in Vegas. So it's been great, and that's the kind of clientele we want. We want people that are also consistent long term, that will take care of the vehicle, that are very respectful. I mean, that's kind of like the perfect scenario. And then one more thing I'm going to give you guys as a bonus is expect wear and tear. So save a percentage. I'd say anywhere from 10-15% of your earnings, your profits every month, to expect, you know, the worst, that you're gonna have to do some maintenance on the car. You're gonna have to do oil change. You're gonna have to change the tires. Like one of my cars that I just bought brand new, it had a good amount of thread, but these people, you know, they're coming in Vegas, they're driving to Zion, Utah, Colorado, LA, California, and they're economy vehicles, so they're good on gas and everything, but the wear and tear on the tires, you know, the thread got to three, and I had to get that changed. So that was an extra 150, 200 bucks, right, for the tires and the service to get that done. But the vehicle made more than that. So just expect wear and tear on the vehicle. Expect that, yeah, you know, people are not going to always take care of it. People are going to drive further, and that's just part of using it. You're going to have to pay for that wear and tear. Tires, brakes, oil change, just like the simplicities, to make sure that your guests have a great experience, right? And there's no hiccups down the road, and you just want to be able to provide the best experience for your guests. People aren't just renting the car, they're really there, and what's going to allow them to stick, leave a good review, is the experience that you give them when you meet them, when you talk to them, and you're really there with them throughout the whole ride. So this is like what a lot of people want, right? They've probably had bad experiences with it, but then when they come around and you're just there, very accommodating, it changes the game, and it changes how people do business, how clients and customers and guests really stick and stay. And that's why I said you want the best. So make sure you save anywhere from 10-15% for the wear and tear on the vehicle. You want to probably put that in like a separate bank account or something, just so when that comes around, when it's time to get an oil change, time to change the brakes, the rotors, the pads, and maybe even the tires, and do tire rotations and alignments and all that, just so your guests are safe on the road, you want to be able to schedule out for that. So these are a few things they probably don't tell you before getting started on Turo. Just wanted to give you guys, spit some game on that, and share with you guys just some ways on how to make money, how the actual compensation plan works, and even you as maybe a future host saying, is this worth, you know, allowing my car to get rented that I don't use, right? 1 or 2 cars, even just starting out. That's how easy it is on Turo. It's easy to create a Turo account and list a car than it is to create a Facebook account. Like, this is the simplicity of the platform. And I've really enjoyed it. I mean, you don't have to go all out like me where we're managing over 20 plus cars. No, I don't do it alone with my partner. We have a team. We're starting to build the systems. And that's for people that are a bit serious. So if you guys are a bit serious, you guys can join my email list. Links below. I'll be launching some stuff. I'll probably even be teaching people that want to get to that next level of, like, you know what, I want to be able to scale this as a legit business, make a full-time income, or even build up to that point. And that's kind of like where we're going. I kind of went all out. I didn't go casual with 1 or 2 vehicles. You can start, and I would actually recommend you doing that. But hey, if you're like, hey, I'm willing to take a risk, walk by faith, and just take it to a different level and go that way, I've actually built a game plan, and I'll be teaching you guys a lot of that in this channel. But there's customized game plans for every person on how to do that. Feel free to reach out. I'm looking to do that, help some people out, because this is a hot business, a big industry that is growing, and I really see this for the next decade shifting a lot of the ways that people do business, people decide to rent vehicles, and just where this space is going. So thanks so much. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Any questions, drop them in the comments. Thanks for the thumbs up. The likes really means a lot. Hit the sub if you guys are looking for future content. You guys can hit the notification bell as well. God bless you. You guys take care. Have a blessed week. Bye-bye.
I'm so free, I got no chains running through the wall. Heaven got a playlist. I promise that's my favorite placement. Faithful over famous. Yeah, faithful over famous. Tell them I'm so free, I got no chains on me. I'm so free, I got no chains on me.